Welcome to Part 2 of Understand Transport Canada's Exemptions for UAV Operations. I am Yifei.
And I'm Jay.
In Part 1, we spent some time analyzing the detailed conditions of each exemption.
So it's 43 conditions for UAVs under 1 kilo and 61 conditions for 1 to 25 kilos.
Right. We also separated those conditions in 5 different categories.
That's common sense, insurance and personnel, equipment, airspace and location, and operations.
We also promised to look at the feasibility side in this video. Where can you actually fly under the exemptions?
So we're going to be focusing more on airspace and location then.
Right. Presuming the operators have common sense about safety, hold adequate aviation insurance, acquire appropriate training, maintain the airworthiness of their equipment, and establish operations plan. Now we only have to help them understand where they can fly.
So do I have to know about those aviation charts or anything like that?
Actually, we're going to be using a tool developed by National Research Council. It's called the UAV Site Selection Tool. But first, let's review our actual conditions for airspace and locations. For UAVs under 1 kilogram, Class G airspace only with no temporary restricted zones. 5 nautical miles from any aerodrome except heliports, and 3 nautical miles from any heliport. No operations within built-up area or over assembly of person. Minimum 100 feet to general public.
Okay, is there a site to help me check if my location meets all these requirements?
That's National Research Council's UAV Site Selection Tool. On this site, you can find out if you fall under controlled or restricted airspace. Also, if you are within required distance to aerodromes or heliports. They're indicated by the red circles. You can also click on the location you want to find out if it falls under built-up area.
Wow, that's a lot of red circles. So I can't fly in any of those red circles?
No, you cannot operate within the red circles.
What about build-up area? How do I know if a location is built up?
The advisory circular has a section explaining the built-up area. Basically, anything larger than a farmstead is considered built-up area.
So if I go to my cottage in Muskoka, although it's outside of a major city, because I have a cottage beside me, it's considered a build-up area?
That's correct. It will be built-up area for the purpose of UAV exemptions.
But looking at this map, I can't fly anywhere unless I go deep into the wilderness.
Unless you own a couple of hundred acres of land meeting the airspace requirement.
Yeah, but that's not really easy to come by.
Keep in mind, we're still only talking about UAVs under 1 kilogram. While the first exemption simply states not operating in the built-up area, the second exemption for UAVs from 1 kilogram to 25 kilogram states minimum 3 nautical miles away from a built-up area.
Wow, that is a much bigger area. It really limits my ability to fly. So maybe I really have to go camping deep in the woods to get my aerial shots.
Well, actually, in addition to the airspace and built-up area requirements, you also need to be outside of national parks airspace. This is indicated by the green polygon on the map. For example, we have the Wood Buffalo National Park here.
Oh, I didn't know you couldn't fly in national parks.
While you certainly are not the only one, also many provincial parks, reserves, and municipal parks have similar requirements. That's what the exemptions mean by complying with the provisions of any other relevant acts, regulations, or laws or from any level of government. That means there may be other provincial or local bylaws preventing UAV operations.
So I think it's probably easier if I just get my SFOC then.
SFOC will definitely give you more freedom and flexibility for operations within civilized areas. In our next video series, we'll be discussing details of SFOC. Understand SFOC for UAV operations.